At UMKC Law School, you have the option of starting in the summer or in the fall semester. This video will tell you a bit about the Summer Start program. My name is Alan Rostron and I'm a UMKC Law professor. I've taught classes in the Summer Start program quite a few times over the years. I think the students who start in the summer wind up being really glad that they did so. I've yet to hear about a student who regretted doing it, and I've heard from quite a few who didn't start in the summer and wound up wishing that they did. So what's good about the Summer Start? We asked a few students to share their thoughts about it.
Hi, my name is Colin Roach. I'm a 3L here at UMKC Law, and I'm here to talk to you about the Summer Start program for incoming 1Ls. So I graduated from UMKC undergrad in May of 2019, and 2 days after graduation, I started in the Summer Start program at UMKC Law. And it was the greatest decision I ever made, so I really think you should think about it as well.
Hi, my name is Ashley Cox, and I'm a 1L at UMKC Law. So I just participated in the Summer Start program last year in the summer of 2020, which means that I did Summer Start in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic. Everyone has been through different experiences with COVID-19 and felt its repercussions, so I was graduating from college last May and initially was looking for a job or an internship, hoping to go on family vacations. But since the pandemic happened, none of that was really a possibility anymore. But I still didn't want to sit around all summer being bored or, finishing my 12th Netflix series. So I decided, okay, let's do something. Let's go ahead and get a jump start on this law degree. While that might sound a little crazy, that honestly was the best decision I think I've made so far in law school.
Hi, my name is Ryan Head. I'm a 1L at the UMKC School of Law. And first I want to say congratulations on being accepted to law school. That's a great feeling. And it's a big accomplishment, so congratulations. I've been asked to speak a little bit about my experience as a summer starter. I started last summer. It was the first summer of the pandemic, and the school, I don't think we were even sure it was going to happen or not, but it came off pretty well, and the professors all did a good job. We all made it, and everyone was organized and presented the material in a clear, effective way, and I wouldn't hesitate to recommend doing it again.
I've talked to a lot of students in the Summer Start program over the years, and they often mention a couple of things about it. One is that the number of students who start in the summer is relatively small, so you feel like you're part of a special group that's getting a head start. When a larger group of new students arrives in August, you feel like you're a veteran who already knows what you're doing.
But why should you want to do it? Well, there's a few reasons. One, easily enough, you'll meet a lot of people. You'll have already established connections and friendships with professors, faculty, other students. So when you come into the fall, you'll already have an established network to communicate with. Makes things a lot easier for sure.
Not only did I get to take a couple of classes right away, which has gotten them out of the way and will hopefully lighten up my schedule later on, I've honestly met some of my best friends through the Summer Start program. We all studied together, and even though we weren't able to see each other in person for a long time, it's weird how you still create those bonds because we're all going through a similar thing. We're all learning how to do law school. In the middle of the summer, when your friends are hanging out by the pool and getting tan, we're reading case books and figuring out how to write trial briefs.
I also enjoyed the camaraderie and the friendship with my fellow 1L students. Even though we were all online, it was a small group, and we were able to form kind of a tight bond, and that felt good.
I think that being a summer starter can also make it a little easier to get involved in school activities more quickly in the fall semester. For example, I've noticed that sometimes the students who get elected to be their class representatives in the student government have a tendency to be summer starters. And I once asked a student about that, and she said, "There's no way I would have even considered running for that if I wasn't a summer starter. They have the elections toward the beginning of the fall, and if I was brand new, there's no way I would have felt comfortable running for that. But since I was a summer starter, I already knew some people, and I felt like I knew something about what was going on. So I figured, why not? I'll go for it."
In the school year, almost all of the student board representatives for my 1L year, we were all summer starters. I also had a chance to participate in a winter internship For 6 students and 5 of us, we're all summer starters.
A lot of students also like the fact that in the summer you take fewer classes over a shorter amount of time. The summer semester is only about half as long as the fall or the spring semester. So it feels like sort of like a warm-up session or a preseason game where you get a lot of training and feedback on how to approach law school overall, in addition to learning the specific subjects you're taking in the summer.
You'll have a really good advantage and you'll know what you need to do going into the fall semester when you've already taken a few classes. These classes are the exact same ones you'll take in the fall, just at a little bit of an accelerated pace, and you'll already have a grasp for how classes work, testing, how to do a case brief, how to even prepare and read for class. Basically, you're doing all the things that you're going to need to learn how to do in the fall a little bit early, and you'll get to apply all those skills to a smaller number of classes versus a whole load of in the fall 5 classes. So you're taking only 2 to 3, maybe even 1 in the summer versus 5 in the fall.
You get a chance to try things out and see how it's going with less at stake. For example, if you start in the fall and take 5 classes, you might get to December or January and realize that in retrospect you wish you'd done some things differently. It's nice to think that if you start in the summer, you'll learn those lessons very quickly while you're just taking a couple of classes. And then you can go into the fall feeling very comfortable and confident that you know what you're doing.
And again, you get to go ahead and learn how does a law school class work. Like I said, I was coming directly from undergrad, so I wanted to get acclimated to the differences between a college level class and law school. And while all of our classes were online during the summer, I knew that was going to be beneficial to me as well because I kind of figured that classes during the fall and this spring, at least some of them would be online additionally, and that turned out to be true. So it was nice to see what the difference is from learning in person to seeing how things are working online and knowing what I needed to do as a student to be prepared every single day.
You'll be very, very, very prepared for classes if you take summer start classes. You'll have experienced what an actual law school exam is like, something that you wouldn't be able to possibly even know what it's like until December of your first year in the fall. So you'll already, come July, you'll have already experienced, 1, 2 to 3 different finals a whole 6 months before you even started anything.
Keep in mind that the summer semester is shorter, so while you're taking fewer courses, it's still going to be a rigorous and challenging experience.
I would encourage you to start over the summer. My only suggestion would be to really be prepared to make law school your primary focus. When you start over the summer, they're taking a whole semester of classwork, I think 16 weeks of coursework, and putting it into 8 weeks. So it's a lot of work every day, and my only word of caution would be to make sure that you've made enough room in your world to make that your priority.
Starting in the summer means that you'll knock out some of the courses that you'd otherwise be taking in the fall or the spring, and so that gives you several options. You could decide that you'll just take a bit of a lighter load in the fall or spring, but it can also give you the opportunity to take some other courses beyond the normal basic first-year courses that you'd usually get. So if there's a particular area of law that you're interested in, you might be able to take a course in it a lot sooner than you otherwise would be able to do.
What I did was in the fall, I took some extra electives. So it really gave me a lot of different ways to build the schedule I wanted based on my needs. And it's actually helping me graduate early too. So I'll graduate a whole semester early.
Looking beyond the first year, being a summer starter gives you a couple of options for planning the remainder of your time in law school. About half of the summer starters take the head start that they've got, and they use it to graduate early. They graduate in December, 2.5 years after they started. And about half of the summer starters decide to graduate in 3 years, and so having the credits from Summer Start enables them to take lighter loads at some point along the way, such as in their third year of law school, when they may be heavily involved in things like internships, clinics, law journals, or being on one of the school's teams for competitions like trial advocacy. So there are some nice potential benefits to starting in the summer. Are there any drawbacks to doing it? I think it would just depend on whether you have any personal reasons why the timing would work out better for you to start in the fall. For example, if you already have big plans for the summer, like you're getting married or you're traveling for a long time, then obviously it might be wise to wait on starting school. Or sometimes there are people who have jobs and they want to keep working a few more months and saving up their money for school, and that can be a sensible thing to do. And you might feel like you just need a break before starting school, such as if you'll be finishing college right before the summer begins. Back when the Summer Start program was first created, I assumed that it would primarily draw students who had been out of college for at least a semester or more. But every year, right from the start, there are a bunch of summer starters who have just finished college. Sometimes they go from their college graduation ceremony to starting law school just a day or two later. And some people love that, and they're just eager to get started. And other people might prefer to have more of a gap in between. It just depends on your situation and your preferences.
One of the things about getting into law school is you want to start right away, and this is a great way to do it.
Now I'll run through a bit of specific information about the program for this summer. First, all students begin with a short course for 1 week that provides a basic introduction to the study of law, as well as orientation to other aspects of UMKC Law School, such as information technology and career services. This is a course that is required for all new students, but it is not graded and there are no credits, and therefore no tuition or fees for it. This course is taught by Professor Brad Denoyer, who is the law school's Director of Academic Support. This means he's the school's foremost expert on training students in the key foundational skills needed for success throughout their time in law school. And then for the remainder of the summer, there are 3 courses in the basic package offered for summer starters. One is tort law. Torts is the area of law that deals with accidents and injuries. For example, if someone negligently crashed into you with their car, you'd have a tort claim against that person. Torts is one of the basic courses that all new law students take. A second course the summer starters will be taking is criminal law. This is also a required course that all students take in their first year of law school. And finally, the summer starters will also have the option of taking client interviewing. This is a course that will introduce you to the crucial skill of gathering information from your clients and building your relationship with them. So it's a course where you are learning skills. You're not just watching or listening to someone else do something. You'll learn how to do it yourself, and then you will be doing it, practicing and developing the skills. So altogether, that's 3 courses, and it adds up to a total of 7 credits. Since the summer semester is half as long as other semesters, it means this is the equivalent of taking about 14 credits in the fall or the spring. The typical number of credits that full-time law students take per semester in the fall or spring is 15, so the workload in the summer should give you a good general sense of what that will be like. Each of those courses will run for 7 weeks of classes from late May to early July, and then the final exam period will be in the middle of July. So it means you'll be done with the summer semester at that point, and you'll have about a month off before the new semester begins in the latter part of August. There's also flexibility for you to be a part-time student in the summer and to take 1 or 2 of the courses rather than all 3. If you have any questions about the Summer Start program or anything else, please feel free to reach out and ask. We're happy to assist you in finding out what you need to know in order to make the decisions that are best for you.
I honestly cannot say enough good things about UMKC Summer Start program. The faculty, we met so many mentors of upperclassmen as well who reached out to us to help us out. So you have a great, strong support network here that will help you through it as well.
Everyone is really helpful, I think, at UMKC. The professors you're going to meet are really helpful.
So if I had to sum everything up in a few short words, you will meet great friends, you will create bonds with them, you'll get some of your core classes out of the way right away, and again, the biggest thing is it's called Summer Start. You're really just getting that jump start into law school, so it's a great feeling walking in the first day of fall semester, kind of knowing what you're doing, and it gives you just that much more confidence to get you through the semester.
It's a great program. I can't say a bad thing about it. So many benefits. You should do it.
Do Summer Start. You will not regret it.